YouTube, it's your boy VCTRFs coming at you on another episode today. Today I want to discuss all the decks, all the decks that I see as far as viable decks in this format. If I missed one or two, don't go on and go, hey man, what the fuck, you missed my deck. I probably just didn't give a fuck about your deck, so deal with it. No, but seriously, I fucking forgot, so marijuana's a drug. Alright, first deck, Monarchs. Monarchs are pretty damn fucking good. Especially if you play, a friend of mine, actually my locals played Sangon, so when you busted a Sangon, he had to go into a Battle Fader or Max C, which is a pretty smart move. You know, so that was pretty nifty. So I think Monarchs are definitely going to be up there. The only thing about Monarchs, which I really hate, even in that Synchro variant of Monarchs, is for the most part, you're either sacking or you're sinking. But you don't really have that much defense. Once you get your monster on the field, you're at your opponent's mercy as far as defense-wise, because most of the time they can't set it backward because they need Chico Fondo to go off. So, I don't know Monarchs going to be tier 1 or 1.5, but I know they're going to be up there. They're definitely a viable deck, though, because they still get their plays off. They're still going to make so much fucking busted plays. Next deck, Lightsworn. Lightsworn's that deck that we're going to see it next YCS, and no one's going to see it coming. That's why, oh, well, Lightsworn is YCS, haha, no one's going to... And you get all the, like, Magic Pro players. Lightsworn, haha, Lightsworns are bad. I'm going to play, tier 1 decks. And then Lightsworn come out of nowhere, and they'll be like, this is so easy. And then they get fucking raped. And they're going to be like, I just drew a bad hand. Fuck YuGiOh. So, Lightsworn's definitely going to be up there. And it's come out of left field, and it's going to fuck faces up, and everyone's going to be talking shit, like, I drew a bad hand, or Lightsworns are so cheap, or fucking this game, I had a bad day. Any excuse in the book except saying, hey, Lightsworn's a deck that's actually really good and I underestimate it. No one's gonna have the balls to say that. But Lightsworn's gonna be doing shit like that and making people say that kind of shit. Even though they're probably in the head. Which is an imaginary friend who probably is gonna leave that day to go hook up with his fucking girlfriend. Six Samurais! Six Samurais is a great fucking deck. Now, let's say there's 1,000,000 Six Samurai players. Stick with me for this idea. 1,000,000 Six Samurai players. Gateway goes to 1. There's 100,000 Six Samurai players. The first YCS happens, and Six Samurais don't do as good as everyone wants, or regionals happen, Six Samurais don't do as everyone wants. 100 Six Samurai players. Those 100 Six Samurai players, probably about 95 of them are gonna be fucking broken as fuck, and they're gonna fucking bust face, and everyone's gonna be hating on that and saying Six Samurais are busted because of those 100 Six Samurai players. This is my prediction, my magical prediction of how Six Samurais are gonna be fucking busted as fuck. And everyone's gonna be hating on that fucking deck. The only answer to Six Samurais is gonna be the new E-Heroes, which I'm discussing later on videos. I don't want to talk too much about it. And oh my god, basically, you know, fucking. I think the new E-Heroes are gonna be fucking amazing for Six Samurais. You know, a good matchup against Six Samurais. I'm not saying they're gonna beat them, but I will say they go 50-50 against each other because the new E-Heroes are pretty fucking busted. So that's my thing on Six Samurais. Machina, don't play them. Any machine build that's pure machine that you think you can abuse Future Fusion, Overlord Fusion, you do not want to play them. You're gonna get fucking wrecked and laughed at and probably kicked out of the store because you're that much of a bad player to buy 3-star decks. Look at the brand list and go, oh, I think I'm good now, and you get fucking wrecked. Don't buy it. Don't play machines. You ever heard of Kyber Dragon, Commercial Fortune Dragon? They do work on you, motherfucker, and you don't have outs anymore. Blackwing, see Lightsworn, that's Blackwings. Infernities, see Lightsworn, see Blackwings, that's Infernities. I can't even discuss, like, my top 3 underestimated decks of this one, it's going to be Infernities, Blackwings, Lightsworn, because they are the 3 most decks that everyone looks and goes, oh, they got hit by the ban list, they're garbage, and they're so fucking good. They really are busted. Infernities, this card Quadricula, I was reading the other day, I think it's a good card playing the deck. You might want to look it up, Infernity players. Blackwings, your cards are pretty good. Lightsworn, JD, I think he's pretty good still. And since he didn't get hit by the ban list, he's gonna fuck shit up. I mean, people got 2 solid warnings, 2 bomb trap holes. Other than that, they're screwed. So if you play Lightsworns with cards like Hint, Trap Stun, or fucking 10 Tools with a Bandit, you're just gonna look at him and go, howdy, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, scoop it up. So yeah, that's what I gotta say about those 3 underestimated decks. Everyone's gonna be bitching about those decks, and everyone's gonna feel stupid when they get wrecked by those fucking decks. Next deck I want to talk about is actually 2 decks, but it's one theme. Anti-Meta. Actually, it's 3, but I'll discuss the other deck later on. Anti-Meta. You got the Skill Drain Anti-Meta, which is a good deck. The player at that point, when you play Skill Drain Anti-Meta, has to know 100% and have a good defense as far as spell and trap lineup to play against what they're playing. because your opponent plays your skill drain to their advantage, you're fucked. Let's be honest. You are fucked. So you better know your spell and traps and know how to get out of those places which your opponent uses that shit to your advantage. That's what I'm gonna say about that. Skill drain anti-meta, it's gonna be one of the decks that I guess he rarely played. But the players who rarely do play are who do good, are consistent good players. And you'd be like, I won one tournament. Oh man, I get wrecked by every other tournament. I won one tournament. I topped this tournament. I topped this tournament. That's what I see for skill drain anti-meta kind of decks. Gadgets, anti-meta decks. You can hardly see these decks, and those who you see, those decks who you do see, you know what I fucking mean, are gonna be like, meh. Herald. People can still play Herald. Now, I like Herald. I think it's a great deck. I really do think it's a great deck. But I just don't see. I don't see it being played now as much as I will see when the Fairy Structure deck comes out, because that's when Crusader is basically free. So Herald is a pretty good deck. It's a deck that no one really sees coming. It's not like 6 Samurai Light Swan, Inferni. It's like, at this point, Fables in that category. It's a good deck, but no one really sees coming. And then when it hits the field, people feel kind of silly. And it does win though. It's not like Fable as far as wins. It wins like Blackwing's gonna win this one, man. So I think Herald's gonna be one of those decks to go against. Gemini City also has Light Beat. Really good. It's basically trying to. It's always competing against Blackwings because they kind of got the destruction power of Blackwings. The only thing is with Light Beat, which I do not like about Light Beat, is it picks. I can't describe it other than say it picks like, your opponent's card one by one, giving the opponent an advantage to play his card to get his effects off, which is not good. Gemini City is not a bad deck, but the same token is I don't think it's gonna go as far. I don't think Gemini City Light Beat will improve of what it is now. This is probably the best time to play the deck, and it's probably going to shoot downhill from here. Planet Variants, also known as Dark Debris, I'm seeing that deck tier 1, tier 1.5 easily, because it's a good deck, let's be honest. It's probably going to be one of those decks, if you do not play certain cards main, you're going to lose game 1, game 2, you're going to side, and then try it from there, you know? Like, if aka Effect Failure as a main. Dragoonies. Okay. I looked at the deck 100%. I looked everything over, in and out. Dragoonies is one of those decks that are decent. And I have pretty cool cards and pretty nifty combos. But those shits, once those shits get stopped, Dragoonies is about to take a fucking ass whooping. So if you know how to stop their plays and combos, you're gonna fuck them up. They're kind of like Sabers in the fact that if they do too cool play, try to get something off, they do this, and you stop that, they go, end turn, you go. If they don't got the spell and trap to defend what they're about to have someone about to take, they're about to get fucked up. So Dragoonies are not bad, but they're pretty bad. And they're not bad though. Zombies, don't play them. I saw a couple of videos about zombies already. No offense to those guys. Zombies are bad. Yes, we got 2 Spirit Reapers. No, do not play zombies yet. Where's Mizuki? He's at 1. Then you can't play zombies. Honest opinion. Glad Beasts. Here's what's gonna happen with Glad Beasts. Beginning of every single fucking format, you're gonna see a YCS would have them playing Glad Beasts. Why? It's a safety net deck. It never really gets up at a balance that much. It's always that deck that has its combos, that everything's basic. You don't really have to think that much to play Glad Beasts. Even the best Glad Beast players don't have to think to play the deck, because the deck is pretty easy to play if you know what to do, even the slightest bit. So Glad Beast is like, meh. Sabers. Everyone's gonna dick ride this deck. And out of the million players dick ride this deck in a YCS. Let's say there's a YCS and have them play Sabers. 4 might top. 32. Dead serious. Dragons. Personal opinion, I think dragons are really good to format because the Book of Moon got hit. We still gotta see what dragons. I don't really know about dragons as far as which quarter. And my favorite motherfucking deck, Scraps. Now I'm not saying this because I play a deck, but I will say this deck is fucking busted and will bust your face so hard open, your fucking brain's gonna fall out. And until look at you and go, look at this fucking cocksucker trying to underestimate Scraps. Every time I play against my Scrap deck against other people, they look and go, Scraps. You only got Scrap Dragon. And I'm like, yeah. Do you know how many times I'm gonna only have that motherfucker on the field? And his brother Scrap Twin Dragon, which everyone forgets about. They're pretty good. If you underestimate Scraps, you're gonna get rocked by Scraps. You better know your shit, what to play against the deck, or you're gonna fucking lose quicker than fucking me thinking. Fuck you guys. No, I'm joking. But seriously, this is my decks. As far as what's gonna top in the YCS, my top 4 prediction list. 6 Samurais. I'm gonna go with Scraps. And 6 Samurais, Scrap. And this is not a tier, I'm saying the top 4 is a YCS. 6 Samurai, Scraps, and either Light Swan, Infernies, or Blacklings. Those are gonna be the top tier decks as far as YCS is format. This is your boy VCT. If I got my shit, that's my 2 cents.